On Monday, Prime Minister Narendra Modi made two separate phone conversations to Russian President Vladimir Putin and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy, kicking off the final evacuation of roughly 700 Indians from Sumy in northeastern Ukraine. In both conversations, the leaders gave their approval and assured the Prime Minister that they had no objections to safe passage, an official familiar with the events that led to Tuesday's evacuation attempt told the Indian Express. According to sources, the president's phone chats gave the effort a final push, and the decks were cleared after authorities in Moscow and Kiev received orders to establish a humanitarian corridor. External Affairs Minister S Jaishankar also worked the phones, while Defense Ministry officials spoke with their counterparts and two Indian ambassadors, Pavan Kapoor in Moscow and Partha Satpathy in Kiev, coordinated with senior officials in both capitals. The Red Cross in Geneva was also informed, and their section in Ukraine was notified, which assisted with some of the preparations. Nonetheless, everyone waited with bated breath to see whether the truce would hold as the day turned to night. Even while the students were ordered to remain away from social media, no tweets, no Instagram postings, many phone conversations and texts were exchanged until the final green signal came through about midnight on Monday. In 3 cities around Sumy, 3 teams of Indian officials and local embassy workers were stationed. The embassy's local Ukrainian connections also came in handy. After overcoming several obstacles, the buses were finally able to reach Sumy, according to the official. It was difficult to obtain drivers, and the cars were primarily taken over by Ukrainian soldiers. Some private automobiles were enlisted. There was also a gasoline scarcity, particularly for lengthy travels. Once again, local connections came to the rescue. Meanwhile, officials were aware that shelling in and near Sumy had damaged several roads and destroyed a few bridges. Finally, 12 buses arrived in Sumy and were able to pick up the students from a hostel. The buses then traveled to Poltava, Ukraine's capital, where they were anticipated to arrive late Tuesday night. The kids will then board the train to the western border, where they will cross into another nation. The kids will be transported back to India on at least 3 planes by the morning of March 10 or 11, according to sources, after the paperwork is completed, which is likely to take a day. Getting them out wasn't an easy process. Although there were many hurdles, but we managed to overcome them without endangering anyone's life, another person familiar with the plans told the Indian Express.